So my topic is medieval ages, and my topic is art, Byzantine art. So there were three main types of art. There was Byzantine art, Gothic, and Romanesque. Byzantine art was very religious as Gothic art and Romanesque, but Byzantine art was two-dimensional and not 3D. It also focuses on Christ and the Virgin Mary. And as you can see, materials are tiles and metals. And as you can see, you thought it was tiles only, but it's actually tiles and metals and ivory. Ivory is something from the tusk of an elephant that you use to carve stuff with. And it is not realistic, and it is two-dimensional, as I said before. Romanesque art. Romanesque art uses architecture details. Unlike Byzantine art, it is 3D and not 2D. Gothic art. Gothic art uses both two-dimensional figures and three-dimensional stuff. Like, it uses architecture details, as you can see in one of these pictures. It also uses stained glass art. Time periods. Byzantine art was between 500 to 1000 AD. Romanesque art was around 1000 AD and lasted until 1300 AD with the beginning of the Gothic art period. Gothic art was also between the period of the 12th century and went into the 16th century. What did they do with their art? Byzantine art had a few purposes. It was very religious, so it appeared in churches all the time. So did Romanesque and Gothic art. All of them appeared in churches. And Byzantine art and Romanesque art appeared, it's to help people unable to read or write. Like Romanesque art is to help people unable to read or write a visual reminder of the Bible stories. And Byzantine art, it was to help them happy. There are similarities and differences from today. There are so many differences and similarities from today and back then. Like similarities and differences, like some differences from now and back then were that back then they were so religious, and now they only have 3 styles and all of them were religious. But now we have like so many different styles and like modern, abstract, and fantasy, and all they did was like Christ and Virgin Mary and Byzantine art. And Gothic art, we kind of grew out of that because I didn't tell you this, but Gothic art started becoming its own art and started to use three-dimensional stuff. Even though it was already used architecture details, it started to be more 3D and started to be realistic and all of that, and uses perspective, everything. What are the main materials? As I said, Byzantine art uses tiles and metals, and it also uses ivory. Romanesque art included architecture details like stained glass art, large murals on the wall and dome ceilings, and carvings on buildings and cults. It also included illuminated handwriting, written art, and sculpture. As I said, architecture is also one of the characteristics of Gothic art, and stained glass was also one of the materials used to make Gothic art. How is it different from other styles? Well, Byzantine art lacked realism, so when artists did this particular art, they did not make realistic, and it is 2D, not 3D, and only really had Christ and Virgin Mary in it. Romanesque art focuses on religion and Christianity, but it also includes architecture details and is not 2D. Gothic art became its own art slowly, unlike them, who stayed religious. How has it influenced today's art? So we kind of grew out of Gothic art because it started to evolve and started to use different stuff than just being, just religious. Like Romanesque and Byzantine was just too religious, and then Gothic art was like, no, I want to try something different. And my conclusion is, I thought this was an amazing topic to study. I might have had some doubts at first, but I researched more and it's just started to be more interesting. So one of the things I learned about this experience is you should not judge something by its cover, because you should look more into it first before you can make sure that it's something you don't want to do. Thanks for watching.